Hey guys, Auspicious'Aussie here, and welcome back to another Transport Fever 2 video. Of course, we are playing the No Loan Challenge, and yeah, I mean, as of right now, we actually don't have any loans, so if you missed the last episode, we paid back the leftover bit of the initial $5 million loan that you start every game with. So we no longer have to pay any interest, and essentially all the profit we make from our company is essentially going to be kept by our company and allow us to be used, you know, for further or additional projects in the future. Anyway, if you missed last episode as well, you would probably have missed our new line down here in Surprise. It's an interesting line. It's very simple. However, it wasn't exactly very simple when we first made it. Because in my head, for some reason, I thought that stone and construction material, the bricks, would actually be in the same sort of cargo cart together on the back of a train. And of course, we sort of found out that that is not the case. Anyway, let's actually play the game forward here. Because we're going to do some more things today. I am kind of tossing up the possibility. I did mention it in the last episode, and that was to use Downey as a bit of a base that, obviously, because it's in the middle, it would be the base, that would then service all three of these other towns, being Norwalk, Mobile, and Surprise. I feel like that could be a pretty beneficial way for us to create like a decent-sized passenger network, and of course we would have a proper terminus with a couple of platforms here in Downey. Obviously, to do that, we're going to need to build bus routes in all four of the towns. So I think that's going to be, our project for this episode. So with that said, let's get a bus route going in Surprise first of all, because obviously Surprise is actually the most developed. Now, what I'm thinking is once we make a decent amount and we're actually servicing all the construction, well, we're pretty much there right now, actually. The supply for Surprise here is essentially about to max out. So we're going to have leftover bricks, leftover construction material, and obviously up here in Downey, they obviously need construction material as well. And then, of course, as you can see, Mobile and Norwalk also needed as well. So that kind of leaves us in a pretty good situation if we're thinking about it. Another thing to mention is Santa Clara up here also needs bricks, and I didn't realize that they were sort of that close to Norwalk. So we might actually include them, maybe not in this episode, because I want to try and just get this sorted out first. But that might be our next destination that we go for. Obviously over here in Mobile there is a body of water to cross, so we're essentially going to have enough money to build a bridge for our train line over it. So I'm assuming it's probably going to come through, I would say, I think I want to put the station there, the sort of big terminus. That's going to be our sort of central hub. That's going to go there at Downey. So we will probably come, I guess, straight across into Mobile that way. Maybe just under this food processing plant. But as you can see, we do have a farm here. We've got the food processing plant there as well. So what we could do is run double lines across here. And then we could also have the food processing plant delivering into Mobile, because they actually need food and construction material. So something I just noticed right then, that's kind of, it actually looks pretty good. Because then obviously their population will grow a little bit more, and obviously it's only going to benefit these other towns as well, because they'll be growing themselves, they'll be gaining, you know, more people into their respective cities as well. Alright, so first things first, let's get the bus route ready. So we're going to need a bus station. Now, obviously we got the cargo terminal down here. That's not going to be where our passenger terminal is. I think I want to bring the passenger terminal right there, actually. Let me pause the game, because I don't want anything to build here. This looks perfect right there. I think we might delete this road here, but let's have a look. So, I didn't really want to be doing this straight away. But I feel like this is almost like too perfect of a position for us not to have our station. And as you can see right there, that really does look quite good. So I want to maybe get it as close to here as possible. I mean, actually, it doesn't really matter. And what we could do is essentially put the... Let's get that in there. And what we're going to do, we're going to put the bus station, I guess, right here on this road here. Hopefully it'll fit. Yeah, it will fit. That's perfect. So that's going to be directly across. Might just tighten that up a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright. There's the sort of bus station, the main depot. And then what I think we'll do is, I guess, have it come out of there. Let me actually delete this road here real quick. Just so we don't actually make the buses run on that. And I do want it to be sort of, well, for the passenger train line to not be impeded. So that's going to work. It does kind of take the loop out of the whole city a little bit. But I feel like that's fine. So, let's think about this. Alright, bus stops. So, they're obviously in here. We might want them to come out of this way. And potentially go up here. We could join these two roads up. Or we could also join these two roads up here. Maybe even have it come in there a little bit. So we get some more buildings in here. Let's do that first, because we may as well. And I just want to make sure that this is actually going to be... Ooh. My, there we go. My scroll wheel wasn't working for some reason. Alright, so I guess we want to at least try and keep that the same straightness. We might want to curve it a little bit and actually straighten it up, so we'll do that. Making it a little bit straighter, even though it's kind of not. And then I guess I kind of want a road coming down here as well. But we might try and get that as close to this building as possible. Like that. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Alright. Let's go with that. Hopefully they'll start building some more buildings across here and across this side as well. Because that'd be pretty nice. But like I said, what that allows us to do now is to loop around here and then come back in this way and then hopefully go around. Something like that. Maybe through there and then coming back up there. I think that's what we're going to go with. Alright. So, we've got that one there. I think we want one right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a reverse route as well. I'm not sure if it's necessary. I guess we will. We'll do it. We'll do it. Let's have our double stops there. I guess we'll have it come around here. Obviously there's no loop down here, so I guess we'll plant these right there. Feel like that's fine. Like I said, we're going to have it come down here as well. Let's grab a couple on here. It's then going to go... I think we're going to ignore this middle part here, because we will put some stops over here. So we've got some over there. Chuck some over here. Obviously, this part's going to be kind of ignored. But I guess what we'll do is put another stop right there, perhaps, which will hopefully benefit these people on this side a little bit more. It's going to come up here as well. So we'll chuck some right there. And then finally, it's going to come back down. And I guess it's not really necessary to put any more here. But I think we'll do it anyway. So there we go. Alright, now I've got to try and remember exactly what I just said for that whole line. Alright, so we're starting here. We're going to go out here, to here, to here, to here, there, up there, back down, and then finishing off there. I feel like that's actually a pretty decent loop. Obviously there's kind of coverage at all stops to an extent. Yeah, an extent. Obviously we're missing maybe a little bit in here, but these people are still going to be covered by going to either this stop or the main station. So we'll call this one the surprise bus loop. And I guess that'll just be the regular bus. And then, of course, we'll set up the reverse line as well. Just got to remember which way we're going. Okay. New line. So we're going to start from here and work our way backwards. It's literally just the reverse, which is essentially what we did last time as well. So there we go. So we'll again call this one the surprise reverse bus loop, I guess. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. I actually think that's might be a better bus loop than we've done before. Either way, let's grab... We've got the stagecoaches now, which we are going to upgrade the rest of our bus lines to as well. So let's just start off with 2, and we'll essentially just do 2 on each line again, which is pretty much what we did originally as well with those other cities. And that's just to move people around the town. They're not going to be making too much money. It's more just to eventually supply the passenger lines. So that one's sorted out. I guess our first is obviously going to be into Downey. So what we might want to do now is get that station built out. Now, I'm not sure. I've got to try and think about the best way for us to go. Obviously, we are going to go through here. So we want to try and keep it like that. So I'm thinking right there is probably the best location for it. Somewhere right along here. Alright, so what I think we'll do first is build the street down just a little bit further. Now I do want to kind of zoom in here so we keep a nice straight road. Even though I am using the straight tool anyway. Alright, I think that should be far enough. It's kind of level with there. Alright. So now I think we want a terminus station. Do I want a terminus? No, I guess we want maybe... Is it just a regular station? Yeah, I guess. For some reason in my head I thought a terminus was... Are they cheaper? They are cheaper, aren't they? Interesting. But I guess having a regular station is kind of always better, to an extent. Alright. Let's adjust this here. And it is literally going to go... Do I want it to go directly there? Or do I want to build maybe crossroads? I think I want to build crossroads. Coming out the sides here. Alright, I think that one's straight and this one's definitely not, so... Let's try and fix that up a little bit. Hmm. Alright, that looks a little bit better, kind of. Kind of doesn't. Hmm. I think it might just be the angle of the actual road itself. Anyway, that's fine. Let's get this put in. Alright, right there actually looks perfect. Alright, so there's our second station. And it's kind of lining up where we want it to be. Obviously, it's got to go up this way for mobile. Got to go pretty much straight from where it is to Norwalk. And then we're going to have to do, I guess, a bit of a little curve around here to get it into Surprise. The Surprise will essentially run straight through this mountain and then hopefully just join up to the Norwalk sort of line that goes straight. That's the thought process behind it anyway. I know we built the station down here, but that was kind of just sort of to prepare, because I don't think we actually have enough money to be doing this yet. So I think what we'll do is we'll get another station at Norwalk, we'll link these two up, and then we'll sort of see what happens. And like I said, we will be able to start delivering construction materials once it gets to a bit of a higher level. And Downey will then obviously grow. We could essentially do the same for Norwalk as well. Pretty sure there is another... Yeah, I mean, there's another construction material factory up there, which is actually not too far away from Norwalk. So we could essentially do Norwalk with a separate factory, construction materials factory. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, let's get into Norwalk, because we want to get their passenger line set up as well. Now, they're kind of a bit diagonal to Downey. They're on a bit of an angle, but that should be fine if we maybe make another road coming out this way. Then we could just have a nice, easy line coming through there. So I think we'll do that. Let's grab another 2-lane road. And I guess kind of right there would probably be pretty perfect. Again, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not as straight as I could be. But again, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Does that link up perfectly? It definitely doesn't. It's going kind of haywire. So what I'll do is we'll go down to about there. I feel like that looks relatively straight. This one now doesn't look straight. So, just the OCD kicking in a little bit, you know? It's all fine. It's all fine. And I guess we'll try and eye it off straight as we possibly can. I feel like there, right there, kind of works. Alright. So we'll do that. And then obviously connect them up there as well. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. So I guess we'll put the train station down the bottom here. Kind of a little bit out of the town, but again, we'll be setting up a bus route as well, so it's perfectly fine. Alright. And again, we're going to try and get this as neat as possible. I feel like this one almost could be a terminus station. Because, you know, it's not really necessary for it to... Oh, actually, I did mention, what was it, Slender Clara? Yeah, okay, never mind. Ignore everything I just said. Alright, let's get in nice and close. I want to get this, you know, lined up pretty perfectly. So let's do a nice little shift over. I think that's perfect right there. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, there we go. There's our passenger station. Over in Norwalk. Alright. Just notice that's... Yeah, I mean, the land here is not level at all. It's kind of on a interesting decline in this sort of area here. Anyway, so I guess we will now connect these two up with tracks because we're essentially ready for that. So let's do that. And of course, we don't need to expand the station here yet, but that will be something we do relatively soon. I wonder if we could just go all the way. Probably not. And we're also going to need, looks like a bridge here as well, which I really don't want to do. It's a very long bridge. But let's see, will it actually connect in? It will. But it's going to cost 2.6 million. Now, obviously we can just go on the ground, perhaps. I guess not. Yeah, that's very interesting. Anyway, we're going to have to do this a bit of a different way. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So let's keep it essentially as straight as possible. And we'll just do this going over the ground itself. As you can see, the cost is going to be so different to what it was. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. It was going to cost, what? Essentially 2.6 million or something. There's an interesting little hump here. Anyway. So we'll have it go up that way, and then I guess we'll just join it in, if we can. Let's zoom in a little bit here. See what's going on. There we go. I mean, that's pretty perfect. It looks like it's going to be quite fast as well. And like I said, eventually we're going to have this line here coming straight through this this mountain here. And it's going to go straight and then eventually curve straight into this line with a nice big curve around there. Which will be its way of servicing into that city. So yeah. We also need to get the bus line set up, so let's do that as well. We've got a nice space for a bus stop there. A bus station. So I think we'll get that put right there. How is that in terms of... I kind of want it directly sort of in the middle. Which I think is perfect right there. Okay. I guess we could maybe have a depot maybe over here somewhere. Just somewhere sort of out of the way. Obviously, we don't want to build it here because it could get in the way of the actual expansion of, you know, train platforms and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm just kind of thinking, is there anywhere else I really want to put it? I mean, maybe over here somewhere. Yeah, maybe over here, because then it will sort of be out of the way. Alright. I mean, there's kind of fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. I mean, it's a little bit wonky there, but that's fine. Alright, so, bus stops. Let's have a look. Where do we need to go? I feel like we should maybe connect up here. Or connect there to there. That's probably a smarter idea, actually. Then we can have another road, maybe running through the middle. What else? Obviously, the obvious loop is there. But I feel like if we could... I mean, I don't really want to destroy this house. But having that road just go straight would be perfect. And then having that connect over that side as well. Alright, let's fix up these streets a little bit. I am going to destroy that house. It's just kind of in the way. So, let's go and bye-bye. I guess we could have maybe something like this going through the middle. Probably want to line that up a little bit better. Something like that. I think that looks pretty good. And hopefully, like I said, they'll start building in here a little bit more as well. Now, in regards to this one, that'll essentially be another building destroyed. I don't really want to destroy another one. So we could do that. instead. Let's do that. Join those two up. I mean, it's a little wonky on that corner again. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just in my own head that I kind of want things to be perfect. Anyway, I don't actually suffer from OCD. It's just more just a fact of wanting things to be neat. And more appealing for you guys to watch, I think, is kind of what I'm going for. Anyway, we'll put another road down there. Hopefully, you know, some more buildings will be built there. And I mean, that should be fine. We might have to adjust the bus lines once we sort of actually see some development in Norwalk. So I guess our first stop will probably be there. Then we'll go up here, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. So it'll just come up that way. Let's have it go down here. But when I have... Yeah, I kind of want it to go down here, but at the same time, it's not really going to work too well. This is kind of the center of the city. So I do want it to come down. Interesting. I guess we'll go up here. They will hopefully build over there, which would be great. And we'll go there. And then it will come into the city itself. So we can have one like right here. And that'll hopefully service a lot of these people. But, you know, regardless, they're going to get serviced pretty well. And I think we'll chuck another one maybe right there as well. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I just want to make sure that I actually put 2 in at all these places. I think I did, yeah. I think we're good. Alright. So let's set up this line as well. It's going to be Norwalk bus lines. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stops. And that is obviously Norwalk bus loop. So there we go. Nice, interesting sort of teal color. And then, of course, we're going to add another one as well. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's obviously our Norwalk reverse bus loop. So... Alright, there we go. Our 2 bus loops sorted out. Actually, let me look at this once again. I think we want to maybe... Do we want to swap that over? No, I think that should be fine. That should be fine. Alright, so with that said, let's get our buses onto that line as well. So we need our depot. Grab 2 stagecoaches. Chuck them onto Norwalk. Buy 2 more. And chuck those onto the reverse bus loop. There we go. Alright, so that looks pretty good. At least for our first sort of 2 cities. As you can see, the finances are really low. So we essentially don't actually have enough money to even buy a train, possibly. I'm not too sure about that. It is going to be costing us a lot of money, so maybe we do want to just try and get a train. I don't think we'll be able to actually afford the decent train. So what we'll do here is we'll go chuck a depot there, grab some more tracks, and we're going to run the tracks into there. That's fine. Yeah, we're left with only 800,000. So let's see what we can actually do. We might have to go with a general first and then upgrade. Which is fine because the general's, you know, it's not too bad. We are still using it with quite a lot of other stuff. We did get these in the last episode as well, the clear story passenger cars. But they only have an additional 2 capacity per cart. And as you can see, there's a massive price difference of nearly, well, it's nearly 350,000. So I think we'll just stick with the low budget stuff for now. We can always just upgrade, so it's not too big of an issue. Anyway, grab the general. Let's grab the passenger cars. And yeah, we can't even get one. So, alright, what we're going to have to do is advance some time here. And hopefully we'll recoup at least some money, which we should be able to. We've also got a nice little stack of bricks piling up here as well. So that's beneficial. Let's check surprise. Alright, so they do need to get a bit more delivered. Obviously, the demand... Man, this looks horrible. I really can't get behind that. Oh, wow. That's an interesting road there. Why wouldn't they just connect it here? I don't know, but you know what? We'll let surprise do its thing. That is such a strange road to go down there. Why wouldn't they just connect it right there? You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the surprise... I don't know, I guess council? What would they be? It's the surprise mayor doing some strange things with his city there. Anyway, anyone using... Did we actually set up a bus route in Downey? I don't think we did. Okay, so let me pause that again, because I want to set up a bus route in Downey. Yeah, we literally did not. Okay, so the bus station is going to be on this side, obviously. Nice little spot for it right here. Might extend that road, because I don't really like the sort of clipping that it's doing there. So let's go like that. Just want to make it try and make it as straight as possible. I guess we could essentially connect it up to this road here. Alright, that should hopefully just connect itself up. Alright, there we go. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Alright, now we can get our train stop. Bus station. That's the right word. Alright, so again, I want to do some tweaking on this because after looking at that last one, I really don't want it to be looking that bad. And there we go. Now I guess the depot can just go right next to it, to be honest. It doesn't really matter too much, so let's just chuck another depot right next to it here. And again, we want to try and get that as close as possible. So there's the depot as well. Alright. Now once again, more setting up of bus routes. This one should actually be a lot easier though. So let's have a stop up here. Yeah, right there should be fine. Then I think we'll have another one probably up there. Then one over here. That looks pretty good. And then I guess we'll have another one down here. And then finally, I guess we can actually make it do a loop around this way as well. Because there are some buildings over here, some commercial buildings, I think. Let's chuck that right there. And that looks pretty good. All right. How many stops is that? That looks like yeah, I guess 6. Yeah, only 6 here. And these people over here might be slightly missing out. But hopefully they could actually just walk to one of these other closer stops. Alright. We could also get maybe another road across there. Anyway, thinking about silly things right now. Let's get this new bus line in as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's College Street apparently. So there we go. Where are we? I've completely forgotten where we are. We're at Downey. Alright, so this is going to be the Downey bus loop. And then again, we'll just do the reverse bus loop as well. I think that's probably the best way for us to make sure we keep everything sort of even. And it's probably the best way to actually have bus routes. Like I said a couple of episodes ago, you know, bus routes are essentially like this in real life. Obviously, you would probably have like city loops that just do the same loop over and over again. But these ones, they need to be... They're not for tourists, let's just say that. Well, they essentially are for tourists, but they're also for people that are choosing to be involved with these respective cities, either for work or for retail purposes. Alright, there we go. Reverse bus loop. Get our B in here as well for bus. And it's an ugly looking symbol there. There we go. Alrighty, so there's the reverse loop as well. And again, we'll grab another 2 vehicles, 2 more stage coaches for each of these lines. So let's go Downey bus loop. 2 more. And they're going on the reverse bus loop. Alright. So that's all sorted now. We do have 1.1 million, but let's advance some more time. Because I do kind of want more money than that, if we're being honest. Good to see that the bus is kind of working in Surprise. Although like I said, we're probably not going to have that, or at least the Surprise passenger station up and running this episode. I also just realized that I stupidly put the depot exactly where I wanted to put the line, so yeah. That's exactly where this line's going to go. Yeah, it was going to come straight out of there and go through there, and then eventually curl into there, which is already where the... I mean, I guess we can just move the train depot and maybe move it up here somewhere. Have it come that way. Because I essentially don't think we can... I mean, we could go to Elk Grove that way. But it might be more beneficial... I don't know, actually. That's an interesting one as well. I think for now, we'll just stick with these 3. And then eventually, we'll go Santa Clara, which is quite a ways away. Alright, we've almost got 2 million. I kind of want to... Let's get 2 million and then we'll suss out what we can do. I mean, that's pretty close. Let's just do it now. Alright. Alright, so let's buy... I mean, we could buy this guy. I mean, he's going to cost 1 million, so let's not do that. Let's go the general. Let's go passenger cars. We're kind of on a little bit of a budget. Now, we can get 42 capacity. You know what? At the moment, that's fine. Let's just go 42 capacity. We also need to set up another line. And this one is going to go from, obviously, Downey over into the beautiful town of Norwalk. Or city of Norwalk, I guess. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. Let's call that exactly what it is. So what do we call the other one? We called it Atlantis City to Oxnard Passenger. Let's call it Downey... I guess it's just going to be Downey to... what's the other city called? It is Norwalk. Alright. I should have known that. Downey to Norwalk. And of course that is passenger term. I guess we'll just do passenger, and then I guess a T, just so I know it's a train. Alright, there we go. So that's that route sorted out. It's a nice, horrible green colour, greeny brown. And let's get that sorted out. So this train going to be on the Downey to Norwalk. And let's see how it goes. We'll just go 2 times speed. And I want to see this bad boy come out and get into action. I guess I might also want to actually make that the horrible brown color that it is. Which I think is that color. It's like a kind of a vomit green, if you will. Let's get a nice little look at it, hopefully, in this. I mean, that is a horrible, horrible color. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Obviously, not going to be picking up anybody as of yet. But I feel like that actually looks like a pretty good screenshot for me, to be honest. So I think we'll grab that as a screenshot for the episode. Getting the stagecoaches in the back there as well. Alright. Well, that looks good. Anyway. Let's hopefully see it in a bit of action. Alright. That's going to go all the way across down into Norwalk. But I'm just kind of wondering, I mean, no one's at the moment going down to the station itself. So I think we'll probably have to wait a little while. I guess in a way, we're kind of lucky that it's a relatively short distance. Like, in view here, we can actually see the 2 cities. We do have some people waiting here, though, so that's pretty beneficial. It's only 2 people, but obviously, it's good to see a positive there. Anyway, let's go back up to Oxnard and our much, much more successful train line up here. Where we've got 34 people waiting, and we've also got a ton of people waiting here as well. Alright, so actually, what I think we'll do, let's upgrade the stagecoaches on these lines, which is what I wanted to do originally. So let's go Atlanta first. Actually, let's do Oxnard first. So are they stagecoaches? I don't think they are. So let's replace those with these stagecoaches. Why do we have... Hold on. What's going on here? Why is there 2 on this line? From... Oh. Okay. I didn't realize I still had Atlanta selected. Anyway, that's fine. Did they all get upgraded? Yes, okay. Let's upgrade these ones as well. For the Oxnard reverse. So they're all going to be upgraded to the stagecoach. Which is fine. And then, again, let's go into Atlanta and have a look. Obviously, there's a lot of people waiting at these bus stops here. Which is perfectly fine. But, you know, I guess we will just upgrade those ones as well. So let's go. I mean, we already uploaded the normal bus route. Where are they waiting for? Yeah, primarily the reverse loop. Now, I think reverse, from what I remember, yeah, we had a lot more vehicles. So what we'll do, let's maybe only upgrade half of them. So yeah, 4 vehicles selected. And they're going to be on the stagecoach. All right. And then I guess we can essentially upgrade the other ones at a later time. Okay, everything looks relatively good there. I'm assuming this line's still plugging away, doing its thing. There's actually quite a lot of oil there, refined oil. So what we might want to do next is actually upgrade this line a little bit. And what I mean by that is just make it so we get, I guess, maybe more tanks onto this. It only has a 49 capacity at the moment. We could maybe bump that up to about, I don't know how high we want to go, maybe 70. You know, an additional 20. The fuel we're never really going to be capitalizing too much on. At least until we level this up again, possibly. But obviously you need a lot of production and shipment in order to do so. This one still hasn't been upgraded either. The oil refinery, which is, you know, a little bit frustrating, but I'm assuming we probably need to be bringing in even more crude at a faster rate. Let me have a look at these lines for a second. So that is the red line, the crude to oil. So that's still on the older train. Which is interesting. That's still on the general. We could upgrade that to the Baldwin class 56. Because I do think that's probably... Let's have a look at our profitable lines. I do think that's probably one of, if not our most profitable. Our most profitable is actually the Atlanta City to Oxnard passenger line, which is... That does kind of make sense. We then have the Atlanta Oil to Fuel to City, which is second most profitable. The crude to oil line, it's kind of in there. It's about third, maybe fourth, depending, because this Surprise Stone to Construction was also pretty good. They're actually very similar lines, of course, with the stone going to the, you know, the warehouse or the factory. It's a similar sort of thing going on. So, you know, they do make a decent amount of money, which is pretty cool to see. And the food's going pretty well from there as well. Okay. So I think that'll probably be our next order of business, is just either upgrading this train itself from the General to the Baldwin, or we upgrade this train and give it a little bit more capacity. We could essentially give it a little bit more capacity right now, which I think is definitely a good idea. So let's do that. The oil, the city to fuel line, and let's edit this vehicle, and we'll put a few more tank cars on it. Like I said, let's get it up to 70. That's perfect. Going to cost us about 611,000. But I actually think that's going to be pretty beneficial, because we do have a lot of refined oil. We've got 117 there at the moment. So that's looking pretty good. Obviously, we're going to get more money from taking the refined oil over to the fuel refinery. And then, of course, there will actually be more being made. So, you know, it's probably not going to fill up, but it'll still be pretty high. What I might want to do here is, yeah, we got rid of a building there, but I feel like that's okay. Because I do think we're going to have a pretty high demand. And as you can see, they just pretty much rebuilt it straight away. So I think we'll leave that there. Probably won't need any more cargo upgrades. So that's fine. And everything looks like it's going pretty well. Another 54 people waiting in Atlanta. And the train itself is, of course, coming back here. Only with 69 people, so a little bit of wasted space. But at the same time, we still haven't really done anything with Oxnard itself to actually grow this city. As you can see, we're currently not supplying it with anything, which is, you know, a bit of a problem. I mean, the goods factory there just is so tempting, but it is quite a process to get goods. Of course, you need the plastic. To get the plastic, you need refined oil. Now, to get the steel, of course, you need iron ore and you need coal, I think it is. There's an iron mine there. There's actually a coal mine up there. But as you can see, there is no No steel making factory around. There's one up here, but that's pretty far away. There is one over here as well. We could maybe do something with these. Maybe. We could have this iron ore come into there. Then we could, I guess, have this coal come into there. And we could put additional people or additional vehicles onto the iron mine. Could get steel that way. But then we're going to have the plastic problem. I mean, we could do something up here and maybe just have a train come straight down there. That could be pretty interesting there as well. It's very far away, though. Very far away. I guess that's something for us to think about in the future, because, you know, we do want to try and grow Oxnard as well. It is our most profitable line at the moment, the Oxnard to Atlanta line. I mean, there is a steel factory here, but there's... Yeah, that'd actually be a lot more beneficial. We would have to cross a bridge here. But that's actually... That's in relatively close distance. So that might be the way to go. We use this steel mill here, have the iron and the coal coming up. The plastics is going to be the real problem, though. I'm wondering, we could eventually invest in planes. Because we have a goods factory up here. So what we could do is just have another line. We could have another crude line, train line, going straight to the oil refinery there. We could then have another train line, separate train lines, running from the oil refinery to the chemical plant where we make the plastic. And then have an additional line that it goes all the way up to the goods factory. But then we would have the problem of actually having the goods. Now this whole system, probably a little bit better based for Warren for getting goods there, now that I think about it. So we might have to find another goods factory. And they're looking like they're pretty scarce on the map at the moment, so... There's one over here. Of course, there is this one over here, but... Yes, do we want to... I want to do something with planes relatively soon. I know they're super expensive. But this all looks really good for up there. We could maybe supply this oil refinery with more... Yeah, but we still need a plastics factory over here, maybe. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is definitely a tough one. Anyway, of course, we're not going to focus on that at the moment. We are focusing primarily on Downey. We're actually getting quite a few people in there, so I might actually chuck a couple of extra stagecoaches on to each of these lines. We'll go up to 4. Let's go 4 stagecoaches on each of these Downey lines. We'll grab 2 more for the reverse line. And I just bought 4, so let's select 2 of those and we'll sell the other 2. Yeah, let's just cash in on those. I do think we lose a little bit of money, but yeah, that was a mistake. I could have sent them out somewhere else, but I don't really know where they would go because there's no sort of clear road going to Norwalk at the moment, so... Yeah, that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, hoping this line's, you know, starting to become pretty profitable. Where's the train? Oh, there it is. Alright, so it's carrying about half, just over half capacity. And then there's probably about, yeah, nearly half capacity at the other station in Downey as well. Alright, I think we're fine. I think that line itself's doing pretty well. So next episode, I think what we'll do is we'll get ourselves sorted for a mobile. Because that is going to cost a little bit to make the bridge coming across there. And I think we'll probably put the station somewhere here. We might even make a little road going down there. Or maybe down straight from there. And have it fit in nicely there. Anyway, that's obviously going to be the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. Hit the little bell icon as well. And hopefully you guys won't miss an episode in the future, as you'll be notified when these episodes do come out. Anyway, apart from that, as always, guys, take it easy and goodbye.